It started as a normal afternoon until my phone rang, not with the familiar jingle I had set, but with a hauntingly nostalgic melody. It was a lullaby, one I hadn't heard since childhood, sung by my grandmother before she vanished without a trace. The sound transported me back to her dimly lit living room, where she would rock me to sleep, her voice a gentle whisper against the creaking floorboards. But there was something different about hearing it now, an underlying discord that sent shivers down my spine. I had never set this song as my ringtone. I didn't even have a recording of it. Confused, I answered the call, only to be met with silence, punctuated by the faint echo of the lullaby, as if it were playing from a great distance. Intrigued and unnerved, I decided to investigate. I searched through my phone settings, but there was no trace of the ringtone ever being changed. As evening fell, I combed through dusty old photo albums and unearthed an old cassette tape labeled "For My Dearest." Heart-pounding, I played the tape on an antique player I found in the attic. There it was again, the lullaby, in my grandmother's soothing yet somehow ominous voice. As the song played, I noticed something I had missed as a child. Hidden under her melodic hum was a series of barely audible whispers. I strained to listen, realizing they were numbers, repeated over and over. Unable to shake the feeling that these numbers held a deeper meaning, I jotted them down and spent the night deciphering their possible significance. As I pieced them together, they formed coordinates, which pointed to a secluded spot in the woods behind the house where I grew up. The next day, driven by a mix of dread and longing, I ventured into the woods. The path was overgrown, and the air was thick with unease. I reached the coordinates just as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows through the trees. There was nothing but a small, unassuming mound of earth, marked by an ancient, weathered stone. As I dug beneath the stone, the ground gave way to a wooden box, damp and rotting. Inside, I found a collection of items, an old locket, a faded photograph, and a letter stained with age. The letter was addressed to me, written in my grandmother's delicate hand. It spoke of secrets, of a family curse, and of her desperate attempt to shield me from a fate she could not escape. As I read the final lines, the lullaby began to play again, not from my phone, but from the shadows around me. I turned, heart racing, to find the silhouette of a woman standing just beyond the trees, her face obscured, but her voice unmistakably my grandmother's. The air grew cold, and I realized that some melodies are meant to be forgotten, and some pasts are better left buried.